Namaste, Angel. This is going to be a client reading for a woman who contacted me today. And, you know, I like to squeeze all the readings that I receive within a given week. I like to squeeze them all into the same week by the Saturday. So I'm doing this one. It's among my last. After this, I'll have one more client reading to do. And then I'm going to post my client readings. I'm going to post my collective readings. And that's it for this year. So I'm beginning with the Tower. The Tower. It's called Life Experience in this deck with the Angel Tarot, but it's Major Arcana card 16, the Tower, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. So she may be awakened to something very, very abruptly, a quote unquote karmic energy as in of the universe, like to shake her up. And it may cause her to need to have to make an abrupt decision. The Two of Air, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there's no problem. The Tower, and opening to the King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, and practical is the King of Earth. Somebody may be an Earth sign, that's a possibility, or this can be showing up because of Capricorn. We have Venus in Capricorn, we have the Sun in Capricorn, we have Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn. Yeah, so there's a lot going on with Capricorn. It could be showing up because of any of those reasons, but somebody impactful upon this reading, the feminine or the masculine about whom I'm going to ask or who I'm asking right now, may be an Earth sign, or somebody that's impactful upon them may be an Earth sign. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. Now, one thing I should tell you guys, also, this can be opposite Life Experience or the Tower. This can be maybe where there had been stagnation in an area of the material or finance. All of a sudden, boom, you know, your finances are flowing. And it can be all of those things or a combination of all those reasons. At least the cards tend to take on multiple meanings. Life Experience and the Page of Earth. So again, an Earth sign may be involved. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful is the Page of Earth. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging and maybe even a new area of study. So again, opposite Life Experience, abruptly your finances begin to flow where they had been stuck is what it seems. Life Experience. Let's go again. And it's the Queen of Fire, who's confident, warm, intelligent, or graceful. She's also a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or these days, maybe even a Scorpio. We have Mars, co-ruler of Aries and Scorpio, currently in Scorpio. We also have Jupiter, which is a ruler of a fire sign as well, Sagittarius in Scorpio. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Exert your independence and creativity. The Queen of Fire is also the divine feminine of the tarot. That's what I keep starting to tell you guys. So she's not sure if they are meant for a romantic relationship. I don't know their signs. We didn't do much talking, but what she did tell me is that when she met him, she felt the pull to him, but you know, he was married, so she avoided. And then when he was no longer married and they had an opportunity to come together, she felt the tremendous pull to him and told him. And then when they, you know, separated again, when he returned, he is feeling the pull to her. And she feels it from the heart, but doesn't necessarily feel any romantic attraction or, you know, any sexual chemistry or anything. So she's not sure what kind of connection this may be. So that's what I'm looking at today. I don't know if they are a divine masculine and feminine, although the King of Fire on the heels of the Queen of Fire may say otherwise. I'm not sure yet. The King of Fire is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic, and is the same signs as the Queen, an Aries, a Scorpio, possibly, Leo, or Sagittarius. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. King of Fire now at the top. I'm going to cut. And it's that two of air back yet again. So you're either awaiting a decision or you need to make one or both. It's time to get on it. The overall energy is the 5 of air. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. So the 5 of air for me, it's a conflicting energy. It's a challenging energy. Can be about change too. 5s are about change, but it tends more often than not, the 5 of air tends to be about difficulty that we're having through like some fault of our own. And I always say, like, in all circumstances, like, we all bear responsibility in what goes on with us, you know, some sort of responsibility. And I really feel that about the 5 of air. It's like, whether we may not have meant it like intentionally, it may not have been malicious. We didn't do it on purpose, but we somehow brought this, challenge upon ourselves. In a more general sense, the 5 of air can be about like avoiding other people's drama. You know, they might want to pull you into it and you're guided to stay away. Masculine is the world with Archangel Michael. A job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude in the path toward enlightenment. The world for me, I know for a lot of people, it's like, oh, it's the world. The world is your oyster. The world is in your hands and all. It doesn't mean that for me. It means that you've been through a challenging and typically long or overdue, like way too long. You spent too long in a circumstance, a relationship, a situation, and the universe stepped in to help you out of it. They kind of ease you out of it though. So as opposed to the tower, which you just saw, which is abrupt, this is like slowly being pulled out of a situation until you are successfully out. It's also major arcana card number 21, which would mean it's also a 3 and can be representative of a party of 3, what I call a party of 3. And they are situations involving a third energy, which is often a block. Not necessarily, but possibly a love triangle. And surrounded by the 2 of fire, you've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts continue to move forward. So from a general standpoint, the masculine could be like setting his foundations, starting his life over, post his marriage, and he's got 2 stakes in the ground. This is also the divine union card of the tarot. So it could relate to the 2 of you potentially from a romantic standpoint. And from a general standpoint, he can also be perhaps starting some sort of business or something and taking on a partner. At the root, it's the 3 of fire. So 3 stakes in the ground now. Abundance. Things are looking very good. Have patience this time and make long-term plans. Well, awesome. It's also another number 3 though. The last client reading I did, the masculine was crowned by a 3 and rooted by a 3 too. So that's going around. It would appear he would like to narrow it down to 2 and be rid of the third energy. And maybe that's one of the things on which he is working, that the universe is helping him to accomplish. For you, it's a 6 of fire. Victory, good news, it's on its way. Public recognition or awards. Surrounded by the Emperor. A lot of fire here. With Archangel Michael. Again, represents the sign of Aries or perhaps Scorpio, because it does represent the planet Mars for me too. Organization and logic. Structure and discipline. Leadership. And the last client reading also had the Hermit in this very position for the feminine. The Hermit, spend quiet time in meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. This means you are going to be your own teacher, your own student. You need to go within and figure out what it is exactly that you want. What are your desires? What are your dreams? What are your wishes? What are your goals? Where do you want to go from here so that we can get organized and we can make a plan and be successful? Crowning, the 6 of air. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. You may even be taking a trip. Well, sitting here next to the masculine's world, it can be, again, moving on from a long, challenging, circumstance. He's out of it finally. and into calmer, stiller waters. At the root, it's the 5 of water. So although all this is happening and it looks really great on both sides, we're not thankful enough. We're not showing our appreciation for what we have to the universe. And so in that regard and respect, we block our blessings, because the way that we become open to more blessings and the blessings flow to us is by being thankful for the ones we've already received. So we're supposed to be acknowledging that we got these 2 beautiful cups here and not so much worrying that 3 have fallen on the floor. But it would seem that the 2 of you may be focused on those 3. And this is a second 5 for you. You have the other 5 that is your overall energy. And when I pick up that 5, underneath it is that life experience, the tower, yet again. So there's something to that. And we'll try to get closer to the root. And this is all about things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilled milk. At the heart of the matter, the Knight of Water, who is emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative, falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and maybe even an invitation to a social event. The Knight of Water is a Scorpio, perhaps, associated with this Mars card sitting here. Cancer, like the moon, the full moon that arrives in 2 days, or a Pisces, or anybody taking on these kind of traits or attributes. And, making some sort of offer of love, typically romantic love when you see the Knight of Water specifically. Let's try to further clarify these with some romance cards, see what's going on in that area, beginning with playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine and opening to trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Playfulness and passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Playfulness. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Playfulness. And let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Playfulness. I'm going to cut. Playfulness tends to represent like the sign of Sagittarius for me. Somebody may be a Sagittarius with all this fire sitting here. Wow. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So I kind of told her, based on what she told me, it sounds like it's some sort of soulmate, but not necessarily romantic. But then if I got to combine soulmate with the 2 of fire, let's keep going. So the overall energy is unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. But for some reason, after I came to this, before I started to talk again, I decided to pull the cards apart, and I opened it to soulmate again, but upside down. So I think this may have meaning here, and we're going to continue going. Just wanted to point that out. On top of the world, children, your love life is being affected by children. Well, he was married, and I said this could represent the relationship. There may have been children as part of that relationship, born in that relationship. Atop the 2 of fire, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I don't know. Let's keep going. But that's sounding kind of divine unionish. Here, atop the 3 of fire, which is about abundance, or can be about abundance. So abundance in all forms, something about which you're passionate, being a fire sign. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Atop the 6 of fire for you, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. On top, the Emperor, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So we saw that Two of Air twice, and that there was a need to make a decision. I think you need to decide how it is you're feeling about this gentleman for real, because if you are feeling that soul connection, maybe you were fighting the romantic part. I mean, it looks like it's a real one. It's a real one. But this atop the Emperor, you can basically organize and design your own life if you make a decision. You can figure out which direction you want to go. Atop the Hermit, you got to go within to figure out what you want. Again, like I said before, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So we cannot live and or love for other people. And I also said something like that, to that effect when we were talking, like, we're not supposed to just fall in line because we think the universe wants us with somebody. We got to feel this. It has to be from the soul. The soul desires, to be in this situation. So go within and see what it is your soul wants. Atop the Six of Air, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. This is about movement going forward. I think for the masculine, it's clear. Again, the world for me is about being stuck in a situation. So this is moving away from that situation and, yes, continuing to free yourself. For you, I think from your own restrictions that you've placed upon yourself by being sort of indecisive and not knowing, what it is you want or how it is you feel. At the root, atop the Five of Water. Be thankful for the passion, at least, that we share together, and allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Be thankful for the two cups that stand here that cross the two wands that are here. And atop the Knight of Water, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I'm going to add some past life relationship cards here. Beginning with leaving or traveling. And it's funny because in the brief conversation we had, their meetings and coming together do have a lot to do with leaving or traveling. Like they passed each other, they spent some time with each other. Now I'm going back to this country, you go to that country, and we'll get up and we'll hang out, we'll meet in that other country. That's what they've been doing. But they haven't seen each other physically, and I think she said like 2 years. And opening to finances. So we've seen a lot of stuff about finances and perhaps an earth sign, but not necessarily. But we've seen a lot going on about finances and abundance. This leaving or traveling can also be connected to the Six of Air that sits under here and movement forward finally, where things had been stagnant. Finances. Remember, we talked about movement in your finances positively. That can be another variation of that. These angels doubling down on that message. And opening to farm. Finances and wisdom. So maybe organization again. I just got like the Emperor energy again from this. So getting your life in order after deciding how you want to and what you want. Making a plan. Finances. And Atlantis. Maybe you guys shared some past life experience here in Atlantis. Finances yet again. I will cut on that note. I just want you to know I'm hearing in the background in another room. Chances Are by Johnny Mathis. If you're unfamiliar with it, you might want to look it up, because I just became very aware of it playing. And I've come to angels here. So again, there can be some divinity, some of the divine at play here, it looks like.